Halloween night, a time of trick-or-treating, costumes, and candy. But on one night in 1974, Halloween would turn deadly, and Ronald O'Bryan, now infamously known as the Candy Man, would commit a crime so chilling it forever changed the holiday. It was October 31st, 1974 in Deer Park, Texas. Families gathered to celebrate Halloween in their quiet neighborhood. Among them was Ronald O'Bryan, his wife, and their two children, Timothy and Elizabeth. That night, Ronald took his children trick-or-treating with a family friend and their children. For Ronald, it seemed like any other Halloween, but there was something dark beneath the surface. After a night of trick-or-treating, Ronald handed out 5 large pixie sticks to the kids, including his own. It seemed harmless, just candy. But within one of those tubes was something deadly. At the end of the night, 8-year-old Timothy O'Bryan asked his dad if he could have one more piece of candy before bed. Ronald handed him the pixie sticks. Within moments of tasting the candy, Timothy began to feel sick. The sugary treat was laced with cyanide, and by the time they reached the hospital, it was too late. Timothy O'Bryan died just hours after Halloween festivities. As word spread, a terrifying question haunted parents everywhere. Was there someone out there poisoning Halloween candy? The police launched a thorough investigation, initially suspecting that a stranger might be responsible. They quickly collected all 5 pixie sticks from the kids Ronald had given them to that night. Only one had been consumed, but every single one of them contained cyanide. But as police dug deeper, their suspicions began to shift. When they looked into Ronald O'Bryan's finances, they uncovered a startling revelation. Ronald was deeply in debt, struggling to pay bills, and had recently taken out life insurance policies on his children, policies that would pay out handsomely if anything happened to Timothy or Elizabeth. The pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place. Ronald O'Bryan wasn't just a concerned father, he was the mastermind behind the whole scheme. Ronald had laced the candy himself, coldly planning to murder his own children for insurance money. His plan was to make Timothy's death look like a random act, one that would terrify the entire country. Once police had enough evidence, Ronald O'Bryan was arrested and charged with murder. The media branded him the Candy Man, and he became infamous overnight. In court, he pleaded not guilty, but the evidence was overwhelming. Witnesses testified that Ronald had asked about cyanide dosage weeks prior to Halloween, and had made strange comments about the dangers of Halloween candy. It took the jury just 46 minutes to find him guilty, sentencing him to death. Ronald O'Bryan was executed in 1984, 10 years after the murder of his own son. Ronald O'Bryan's crime cast a dark shadow over Halloween for years to come. Parents everywhere checked their children's candy with suspicion, fearful of what might be lurking inside. But to this day, the real horror of this story isn't poisoned candy from strangers. It's that the evil came from within the home. The tragedy of Ronald O'Bryan's actions left scars that last to this day. And every Halloween, as candy is handed out and kids roam the streets, the legend of the Candy Man serves as a chilling reminder: not all monsters wear masks. Subscribe and hit the bell for more terrifying true stories.